You're Cagno, and this is my peer tutorial on macro photography. What is macro photography? Macro photography is the zoomed in or very close up type of photography with specific subjects being like flowers or bugs, but of course you can take photos of other objects or other things. You can zoom in on larger objects and focus on one very specific part of this large object or whatever. You can take all of these photos either in the studio or outdoor environment, depending on what type of subject you would like to capture. And all of these are very different, but all of them focus on one specific thing, and that is just magnifying your subject. But of course, what is magnification? Magnification is, as I already said, being very zoomed in or very close up to your subject. But of course, it's not just as simple as that. It's, of course, important that you need to know how large or small your subject is compared to how it appears in your camera sensor. Um, but once you, but a simple ratio for this is the 1-to-1 ratio to make things what is called life size in macro photography. For example, how you can do this is if you're photographing something that is exactly 1 centimeter in length, then and you can just make it to where you it is not then projected to be exactly 1 centimeter on your camera sensor, then that is considered life size. What should you use for macro photography? All the sites that I've found recommended using a DSLR camera that is about 17 to 36 millimeters in length, but they also said that you can use a variety of mirrorless cameras. Uh, but DSLRs are more beneficial as in they have faster shutter speeds, so you can capture your subject in full clearness. Because with some mirrorless lenses, people have found to struggle with getting their subject to not be blurry if they do move. So DSLR cameras are recommended, but you can use mirrorless if you want. But also with your camera, it is recommended that you have a good macro lens that allows you to zoom in very close to your subject so that, again, you can be very close because that is what macro photography is. A little step by step for macro photography. First, you need to find a subject that you want to capture. Then you need to zoom in or magnify on your subject. Make sure your shutter speed is fast or at a very low so you can get full clarity of your subject. Then of course you need to focus on just your subject, making sure that you aren't focused on like background objects or anything next to it. You're, or I mean, just your subject. And then you can go ahead and snap your photo. While doing my research, some photographers that I really liked was Andre Savin. He is a photographer that is best known for his underwater photography and videography. He has some very cool photos of some small underwater sea life that he finds in reefs, and he also brings awareness to um, keeping these small little creatures homes alive so they can thrive and live. Another photographer that I found was interesting was, I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce his name correctly, but Alexei Kil Kilatov, I believe that is his name. He takes macro photos of snowflakes, and he basically goes and captures these snowflakes on a blank sheet and captures all the different types of patterns that snowflakes have, and then puts them into a collage of photos and sells those as his work. Here are my links for the research that I did, if you would like to look deeper into them. And thank you for listening.